And now to details of these and more stories. Togo's Prime Minister Selorm Klassou on Tuesday led a pro-government protest in the capital Lome. He was joined by other pro-government functionaries as they paraded the streets. The move is seen as a response to a protest calling for an end to the Gnassingbe family dynasty that has been running Togo for the last 5 decades. Activists, however, noted that the protest was nothing compared to that of the opposition's in terms of numbers. Participants wore T-shirts and caps bearing the photograph of the president. Others lined the streets with inscriptions calling for a united Togo. It comes on a day when opposition activists postponed the planned demonstrations and demanded the release of protesters who were arrested during the August 19 and 20 bloody protest. The second march was planned for August the 30th and 31st, but was postponed to Monday, September 6th and 7th, respectively.
The coalition of 5 parties, CAP 2015, the Group of 6 and the Pan-African National Party demand for the release of tens of persons arrested during the August 19th demonstrations, which officially killed 2 people in Sokode, 300 kilometers north of Lome. They also want the constitution amended in 2002 to be revised to reintroduce a limit of the presidential term to 10 years, a 2-time vote and a recomposition of the Constitutional Court and the Electoral Commission. Let's hear more on the situation in Togo with Daniel Losson, political analyst based in Lome. The militants of the ruling party in Togo also decided to go to the streets after the protest by opposition. What is their message? Yes, demonstrators of the ruling party and the government say they want to march to support the institutions of the country. They also say they are marching to support the peace and reconciliation program of the head of state, Gnassingbe. So, for them, last week's demonstrations by the opposition were mainly aimed at condemning and weakening the institutions of the country. So they also took to the street saying the street belongs to everyone and no one has a monopoly. So they planned 3 days of demonstration in the streets of Lome.
Appartient à tout le monde et personne n'a le monopole de la rue. Donc pour eux, ils ont prévu 3 jours de manifestation dans les rues de Lome.
Pro-government demonstrations were scheduled on the same day as those of the opposition. Is it a way for them to take the opposite side against each other? Indeed, all observers agree that this is a counter-demonstration by the ruling party because the opposition had planned to hold demonstrations on Wednesday 30th and 31st, that's August. Then the ruling party moved its march to 29th, 30th and 31st. The opposition has had to hold their protests until next week, that's 6th and 7th September. Many people think it's a wise decision that suddenly curbed the ruling party, who instead of protesting for 3 days, only spent a day demonstrating. In the midst of all this, the Minister of Territorial Administration issued a communique stopping all political parties from holding marches and demonstrating during working days. It means the protests can only take place over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. In response, the opposition claims it is a disguised way of banning their marches and the protest planned for next week.
Donc, pour le ministre de l'administration territoriale, désormais, les manifestations doivent avoir lieu en fin de semaine, c'est-à-dire les samedis et les dimanches. C'est une façon déguisée, pense déjà au niveau de l'opposition, c'est une manière déguisée, c'est ce que pensent les leaders de l'opposition, une manière déguisée d'interdire les marches, les manifestations prévues par l'opposition la semaine prochaine.
In this game of you protest, I protest, is it to give both sides a common ground regarding the political issues in the country? They may have a consensus because all eyes today are on the president, who says everyone is the first magistrate in the country. What we need to understand from these activities is the opposition's demand that the president quickly summons leaders of political parties and sit down with them to engage in a dialogue. What is a little comforting amid all this chaos is that the Reconciliation Commission has been traveling throughout the country, gathering the opinions of the Togolese people. They have switched their approach. The Commission has suspended their tour to calm all the spirits. So I believe that the only remedy for all these protests in a speech by the president is a speech by the president who can engage the Commission and stop these demonstrations, reaching out to the opposition for a dialogue.
La parole du chef de l'État qui peut revenir sur cette commission-là et revenir sur ces manifestations en disant « je tends la main à l'opposition pour qu'on puisse dialoguer ».
Thank you very much. Daniel Lawson, Lawson, a political analyst speaking to us there from Lome, Togo's capital.